In this video, I will show you how to set up spot rates and spot rate categories. Spot rates are a very powerful feature in the CRM. Most moving companies have their own hourly rates for local moves and publish tariffs for interstate moves. If you do intrastate moves, you probably use hourly rates or you have tariffs for intrastate moves as well. Either way, there are several occasions where you need to quote a flat rate for a move, or there is a certain type of service, such as, for example, if you are moving a piano, a baby grand piano for instance, you need to quote a piano handling fee, or you need to quote extra for white glove service, or anything else. Storage is another example. So Movegistics has a feature called spot rates where you can define all those line items in advance, and then when you are doing your estimates, you can simply grab those spot rates and add them to your estimate. You can have different pricing units for your spot rates. You could have spot rates per move. You could have spot rates based on estimated hours, or based on the weight, or the hundredweight, or the volume, or even distance. The system will automatically populate the relevant quantity for you based on the unit selected. For example, if you set up a spot rate based on the weight or the hundredweight, the system will automatically calculate the hundredweight for the move and populate it in the quantity, and then use your rate and multiply it with the quantity to give you the amount. Let's quickly jump in and see how all this works. So you would go to the settings and then tariffs, and then you will see spot rates on the left side. You want to click on that, and then we'll start with spot rate categories. So when you click on spot rate categories, you will see there are some predefined categories here. So each of these is a category: storage, if you have protection, if you have move charges, packing, equipment, and packing materials. And you will see each category is associated with certain move types. So I'm going to go ahead and update one of these to show you what it looks like. So we'll update the third one for move charges. And you will see there's a name for the category, and then the rate type is important. This will make more sense when we go to the actual spot rate. But what you're saying here essentially is this category is only for move charges, or only for storage, or only for additional. So in this case, it's move charges. And then you can select if it's for residential or commercial. If it's residential, you can select one of these move types, or one or more actually. You can select multiple move types. So in this case, the category move charges applies to local, interstate, and intrastate moves. Furthermore, you can also restrict this category to certain service types by selecting the ones that apply. I would just leave it unselected if you're just getting started. You can always come back and add more options. So once that is done, you can save it. And then make sure all your categories look good, and then you want to go back to the settings, tariffs, spot rates again, and this time we'll go to spot rates accessorials. You'll see there's a couple already created for you, but I'm going to show you how to create a few more, just so it becomes very clear. The first spot rate we will create is for doing a flat rate move. It could be a local move or a long distance move, it does not matter. We just want to create a spot rate that will help us do a flat rate move, right? So I'm going to click on the plus on the bottom right here to create a new spot rate. The internal rate identifier is an internal reference for you. The customer does not see that. So we can call it flat rate move. And then I can select the category to associate with the spot rate. In this case, I'm going to select move charges. And then I will skip the product service for invoice for now. This is for QuickBooks. Just so you know, if you set up QuickBooks and you have products and services set up in your QuickBooks, you can map these spot rates to your products and services in your QuickBooks. Once QuickBooks integration is done for you, which you can do through the setup wizard, you will see all your products and services in QuickBooks over here. So you can do your mappings. You can map each spot rate to the appropriate product or service in QuickBooks. And then next, this asks you if it's a recurring charge. In this case, we'll say no. Recurring charge is primarily used for storage. So I'm going to say no. And in the description, you want to input what you want the customer to see in your estimate. So this can be anything. For now, I'm just going to say flat rate charge for move or moving services. So you get the idea. And then this is the important part. So like I was saying earlier, you can have your own units. So you can do each if it's per move. If it's based on a certain percentage of your move charges, you can use percentage. So for example, one example of that is if you have something like a fuel surcharge, which is like 5% of your move, you can select percentage over here, and in the rate customer, you can put in 5. You can and in this case, because we are doing a flat rate move spot rate, I'm going to select each. You can also select actuals if that works better for you. So I will select each. In the default quantity, I will put 1 in this case because I know it's a flat rate for that entire move. And I will leave the rate customer blank. Why I leave it blank is because this is going to vary by every move. So you're going to input that when you're doing your estimate. So when you grab the spot rate inside your estimate, you will not need to type the description or select the unit or quantity. All you have to do is input the rate. And then I'll click save right here. And so that creates my spot rate for the flat rate move. Next, let's create a new spot rate for a fuel surcharge. So we'll call it a fuel surcharge. In the spot rate category, we'll select additional charges. It's not a recurring charge. And then I'm going to say fuel surcharge once again for the customer. And then in the unit this time, I will select percentage. I will leave the quantity blank. The system will fill out the quantity for me. And then in the rate customer, let's say I have a 5% charge, so I put in 5. And then I can click save. And then let's go ahead and create a couple more. This time I'm going to create a spot rate for a piano handling fee, for example. And we'll once again select additional charges. So unit would be each, quantity 1, and then rate would be whatever you charge for the piano handling fee, and click save. So we already have one for monthly storage fee. Let me go in there and show you. So in here, I can say it's a recurring charge, say yes. Of course, the category is storage charges, right? And then this option, auto populate in pricing, if I select yes, it'll automatically populate it. I can say if it's daily or monthly. I would leave it at monthly if you're doing monthly storage. And then there's your description. And in the unit, if you charge per vault, then you can leave it at each. So for example, you charge $60 per vault. So you leave the unit at each, and you can just remove the default quantity so you can key it into the estimate based on the number of vaults you're quoting for. Now, some companies charge for storage based on the 100 weight, in which case you can select CWT or carat weight, leave the quantity blank, and then this would be your rate per 100 weight. So let's say this is, for example, $20, just an example, a random number, and then you click save. So that's how you create your spot rate for storage, your monthly storage. Great, now that we've created a few spot rates, it's time to see how it all works. So let's go ahead and quickly create a test customer. And then we'll put in a couple of zip codes here to help us quickly calculate distance. And then here I'm going to say this is a 3-bedroom move, so it'll give me a ballpark volume and weight. We'll say this move is going into storage as well. And now I'm in the estimate. So I see that the estimated weight is 9,800 pounds. And if I go inside my move charges, I can switch over to spot rates. And right here, I can click on the plus. And I can either select one of these categories or just select all. And there I'll see my flat rate move. And I can put in whatever I'm quoting the client in the spot rate and click apply. And then I can go to additional charges. and then I can select my additional charges. So these are if you remember, these are the two spot rates we created for the additional charges. If I select fuel surcharge, you see it automatically puts in 1500 in the rate and the 5% that I added to the spot rate for a total of $75. Likewise, I can also add my piano fee, and boom, there it is. I don't need to input any of this, so it helps me quickly grab the line item, and then I can click apply. And next we'll go into storage, recurring for the first month. You will notice that it automatically brought in the quantity as 98 and the rate as 20, and it calculates the amount for the first month as 1,960 based on that. The quantity of 98 is my 100 weight. My weight for this move is 9,800 pounds. So I can simply hit apply. And then if I scroll down, I can click save, and there's my preview. So I'm good to go. So that's how quickly I can do my estimates with spot rates. I hope this makes sense. If you have any questions, please feel free to email us at support@nettensity.com.